All right, so let's take a closer look at the Ender 3 version 2 Neo. As you guys can see, it's not too large here sitting on the desk. So the typical Ender 3 size. And there's not too much that stands out that says it's Neo except for the front of the hot end here. You guys can see there's a new little design element there, and also the CR Touch bed leveler. So let's start here on the top. We have the spool holder. So the spool will go on here and our filament will feed down into the extruder here. The extruder is all metal, which is a huge plus, and it comes with this knob that we installed. And this is definitely a great upgrade, and the knob just falls right in, and you can use this to push the filament through. It's also an indicator of filament flowing. But if you guys notice, there is no filament detector anywhere, so this printer does not come with that. So if we look at the channels, see they're nice, clean. Front side, we got a 20/20 on top, 20/40s on the sides, and also the same clean channel for the x-axis. That's at 20/20. Flipping around to the back, we can see that we only have one elite screw, and everything is here. The extruder, the motor to the extruder. You guys see where we put that zip tie to hold this wire. This is our x-axis motor, and that's where it plugs in. The brass bushings, we grease the lead screw. Going down, we got the coupler with the motor for the z-axis. On the other side here, there's not too much, just the rollers, and then our adjustable knob here for the belt tension. The frame is all metal everywhere, so that's nice to see. Going down to the bottom, we can see our cable that comes out from the bed, and it is strain relief nicely. And all the wires are on this braided protectors. Very nice. Also, we can see all the channels have end caps and our large rubber feet on 4 corners. On the very back here, kind of sticking out, we have the power input port. It is fused with an on and off switch. This is our y-axis motor, and it's all covered up here, the belt. The end stop switch is right on top here, and all these wires here are already pre-connected. And probably the more important thing is back here, which is the power voltage switch from 230 to 115. So depending on where you live, you want to switch yours to the correct voltage. So mine's on 230, but I need to go to 115. So let's grab our little flat screwdriver and switch that over to the 115 voltage. And you guys definitely don't want to forget about this, as it's quite important. If you have it on the wrong voltage, you could damage your printer. So yeah, I like the overall design. Very low profile here on the power supply. Nice end caps. Just looks really good when well built. And going up from here, we can see the back of our hot end, and you guys can kind of see that we have a silicone sock over the heat block, and that's our tip there, and the CR Touch over there. Going back to the front on our hot end assembly, we can see the wires that come in. We got a PTF e-tubing going from the extruder to the hot end, and this wiring here, then our main wiring for all the cables. And you guys can see we do have a clip in there on the coupler for the PTF tubing, and we also got a wire here that comes out to our CR Touch for the out of bed leveling. So the cover on the hot end is quite interesting looking. We got this red accent. It is all plastic, and we got a lot of vents for cooling. So this is our parts cooling fan under here. It is vertical blower duct coming out there on the bottom, blowing right under the tip. Our heat break fan is inside there, and it's actually quite large. And then on this side, we have the CR Touch. So going to here, you guys can see that this cover here is all covered up, and we took it off earlier. Our end stop plug plugs underneath, and that's the switch here. So it looks pretty nice. And on the other side, we have the adjustment for the belt here, also completely covered. But a very nice clean design. Going down to the bed, I really like this sheet that they included that's flexible and it's magnetic. This makes it a lot more enjoyable to 3D print, as when you're done, you can just pull it off, flex the build plate, and the model will pop off. Plus, you don't have to wait for the build platform to cool off. Right when you're done, you can take it off, set it on the table, it'll cool off really quick compared to like a glass bed. So yeah, very happy to see this. Hopefully it works great and the prints will stick and pop off easily. So going down from there, you guys can see we have the magnetic sheet under that, and then the aluminum part, which is the heated platform, and the elements are underneath, so it is not insulated. But for this size bed, it's not that big of a deal. We got the frame, pretty thick, quality orange springs, adjustable knobs here to level out the build plate. There you guys can see our adjustable eccentric nuts on this side for the rollers on the bed, and then the other side is stationary. The Y belt, and they do have a cutout here so you can see the roller, and this is where we tension it. So over here we have some kind of official Creality Better Filament Plan sticker, QR code, and the parameters of the printer. And right below that we have a couple ports, one for the micro SD card, and the other one is a micro USB plug if you wanted to connect to your computer. Very nice clean design. Going this way, one of my favorite parts of the printer, which is this really large storage box. It completely pulls out and has a little hidden piece here that separates from the main one. It goes underneath the channel. So this is great, and it clips in there, and very useful. Really like that. And as we go from here, we can see our display with the rotary knob. Let's go ahead and peel this protector layer. underneath here, you guys can see this is how we mounted it. Plugs in here, cable comes from the bottom, and not too much more to see on this side. And on the other side, also not too much to see here. But yeah, overall a really nice looking printer. The only thing I think I wished is that the spool holder would be on the side, but you know, you could upgrade to that, or even do a little mod where you take this off here and print out a little bracket that hooks up to the side, and then the spool will kind of go to the side there. So, but yeah, other than that, very well built printer, and I'm pretty excited to power it on. All right, so I went ahead and plugged the printer in. Let's go ahead and hit the power button. And it does power up. And you guys see it actually boots up real quick. So as far as the UI, it looks pretty similar. I don't really see any difference at this point. We got print, prepare, control, and leveling. And then down here we have all of our constant information here about the different parameters. So let's go ahead and click on prepare. And we'll click on preheat PLA. And so it's going to go 200 on the nozzle and 60 on the bed. It all appears to be working there. And also let's go to out of home and make sure everything works with our motors and end stop switches. So click that. So the X is good. The Y, good. And you guys can see our CR touch there, probing the bed. All right, so everything works, and our bed is getting hot, and our nozzles are already at 170. So yeah, pretty impressive how quick the bed heats up, even though it doesn't have insulation. So the first thing we want to do is level our bed, and because this printer does have adjustable springs here, we need to go ahead and level the platform out first. And unfortunately, Creality doesn't have a way to make this more simple than it is. So what we need to do is go to prepare and then out of home, which we did. But if you have to, out of home again. And if you guys notice, it kind of raises up, so we're off the build plate quite a bit. So we need to go to move after this, and if we look here, we are 10 millimeters too high, so we have to lower that to 0. And this is the confusing part, because if you don't do this, you're not going to be leveling it correctly. So once you're at 0, now we can start the leveling process. But before we can do that, all our steppers are locked, so we need to disable the stepper motors, which we'll click here. And that's going to let us move it around. Now, the only thing about this is that you're going to have to be very careful not to push down on this. And you guys saw how easy it goes down. So this is a little bit tricky. So try not to put any force down, only side to side there. And then we're moving our bed also. So let's go to this first corner here. All right. And we'll go around. And for now, it looks like I just need to go up mostly on the 4 corners. All right, so back to the front corner here. And now we're going to be adjusting a little more precise. And you want to go around at least 3 times or so and get it pretty close, because as you adjust one, the other ones kind of change. All right, so I am pretty close now. So as long as you get it close, you should be good enough. And then we're going to click on this level button, and that's going to initiate the auto leveling. And our bed leveling is complete. You guys saw the nozzle lowers down to where it needs to be. And now what we can do is set our Z-axis offset. So if we go to prepare and go Z offset, here we can adjust. And I got to go down, so I'm going into the negative until our nozzle has some friction between the paper and the bed. There we go. So I'm starting to see some friction here. So I need to go back up. All right. So it looks like about minus 2.70. And you can adjust this when you start printing up or down. But yeah, this offset is going to be universal for this hot end setup. So no matter how you change the build platform, level it up or down, it'll always be minus 2.70. So yeah, because of the CR touch here, it goes off of that. And that pretty much concludes our bed leveling. So let's go ahead and auto home it again. And we're pretty much ready to print. But before we do that, let's go ahead and preheat the printer again. Looks like it turned that off. So preheat PLA. Yeah, the menu is quite simple, guys. We have print here. That's going to read the SD card. Prepare is where all of our useful functions are, like move, disable steppers, out of home, Z-axis offset, preheat PLA, preheat ABS, and cool down. Go back to control is going to be our temperature control, motion control, configuration, store configuration, read configuration, and reset configuration, and info about the printer. And then the last one here is the outer bed leveling. So yeah, it's pretty simple overall. And down here we have dedicated information. We got the hot end temperature and the target, the bed temperature target, the flow rate, the extruder rate, fan speed, the Z axes, and on the very bottom we have the X, Y, and Z positions. So let's go ahead and put in some filament, cut it at an angle so it's easier to feed. And it's gonna go up here on the spool holder, and then from there down through the extruder inlet there, hopefully you guys can see, and we're gonna just press on this knob to release it, and then kind of go into the teeth, and then once we go there we can use this knob to push it through. But yeah, we're literally pushing the filament through the PTFE tubing and then out the hot end. And we'll go ahead and purge that. So we got red coming out, perfect. So let's grab our micro SD card. And by the way, it is at 8 gig and it plugs in right here upside down. So now we can go and click on print, and we can see that we have a couple test prints included with the printer. So let's go ahead and start with this 2Z one. Go ahead and move this boogers out of the way. Start. And sure enough, we can see a preview here of what our print looks like. And I think this is the new part of the UI that it's able to show you what you're printing. Well, that's pretty cool. So let's confirm, and it starts. So unfortunately, it doesn't show you the actual preview while you're printing, just initially when you first start. Got some filament there. But yeah, let's hope our offset is good, and we can go to tune and Z-axis offset just in case we need to adjust it up or down. But it appears that we don't need to do anything because it's perfectly between the nozzle and the bed. Alright, well, that's pretty impressive, but I think it does need to go up just a little bit. It seems like a little too close, so I'm going to go up. Okay, yeah, that feels a little better, but yeah, we're pretty much perfect off the build plate. And as we do print, we do have a different menu here. So on the top, it shows us the file we're printing, the progress bar, it's at 0 right now. How much time passed since we started, 1 minute. Remaining and still calculating. And then we got hot buttons, tune, pause, and stop. So in tune, we can adjust our printing speed, our nozzle temperature, our bed temperature, the fan speed, and the Z-axis offset. And obviously you can pause and stop the printer if you want to. And down here we got all our general information that always stays down here. So yeah, very nicely laid out and easy to understand. So the printer is ultra quiet. I'm going to bring my microphone in. No motor sounds at all, and the fans are actually on the quieter side. So yeah, so far everything is looking really good. And it looks like our 2Z is sticking to the build plate, no problem. And we're 4 minutes in, going up and up on the layers.